This is the Refined Football Podcast show, and of course, as you all know, my name is Affordle David Chibuzo. I'm your favorite host on the show. Today, we have two very important guests, but before I introduce them, I'd like to introduce my co-hosts. On my immediate right is
Springsway, Bapi of Lagos.
and our first guest today is my far right hand is
I'm Coach Ezrim Chidalu Kennedy.
my second guest today on the show is on my left is
Sam Machi.
So today we have a very, very important discussion. And this is something that has been eating deep into Nigerian football, at the same time, killing the dreams of young talented footballers in the country. And today's topic is about fake football agents and poor coaching skills and how it is affecting and killing dreams of young talent in Nigeria. So, Mr. Ezrim, I'll start with you, coach.
Okay, thank you very much, Ralph, and always being today on this show.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for the introduction. I was commending for this great initiative, which is targeted at updating awareness and reforming the minds of the sport lovers, not only in Africa, but the globe at large. Yes, so today we're going to talk about fake football agents. It is rising in recent times because of the rate of the core information we have in rural areas. These things occurs mostly in unreached areas, not only in Nigeria, but other parts of sub-Saharan Africa, where lack of information, where people in the community does not have the access to get the right information. And these fake agents leverage on this scar to take advantage of the innocent minorities in society. There was a time in the past where because I consult for these academies and teams across Africa. I was contacted by a coach to help him, do a due diligence on an agent to approach them in the village in Anaga. Say that, I'm going to take you guys to XYZ country, asking the coach to tax the players to build a certain amount of money. And then the coach reached out to me to help look into the matter. So one thing I asked him was, did you do an understudy of the agent? Did you check him out online? Did you check him on Google or Transfer Market? He said, no, he didn't do that. So give me his name and I'll get back to you. I checked his name, nothing online, couldn't find anything related to sports. Related to football, nothing. So I said, okay, one. And then number two, the said country, nothing like that. There's still the football in that country. We don't FIFA is not over by war. Some points are yet to be affiliated. So I called him and I said, young man, this guy has something or Theodore others to seeing the said about this guy. I said, the possibility is from the rest of my body, they say, obedient. That already he didn't open up to me about it that very moment. He said, the arts are players at that time to raise 500,000 each so that they could travel to the XYZ country. So tell the players to get their money back because this is a fraudulent arrangement. And I said, what you do is invite him over, get like I know the police, and then track him down. The one PO, he came on that particular day, and then they tracked him down. So the rest came stories. So these are ways we could help to see fake agents in our society, and they are pretty like pet boss, because the current economic situation of Africa is worse. It's getting deteriorated, which has increased crime, and one of the ways is through this fake
Football agents. Thank you very much, sir, for your own insight and your information and the message you've been able to pass to us, and I really appreciate it. So, Mr. Chima, let's hear from you because I believe you still have a lot to say. Because football-wise, you've played, and I'm sure you've had your own bitter share of experience concerning fake agents. So let's hear from you.
When we talk about fake football agents, we have to differentiate them in many ways because sometimes most people don't really know
When we mean about fake or they just feel like maybe it's when they keep an agent's money and it does not show up. There are different ways that, even I can shock you that even so-called big agents that that are online, that have Facebook, that most of them are into fake agents. Do you know what I say?
I traveled to a country with a guy. When I enter, the agent, my agent did not pick call anymore before I got here. And then when we got into the country, the guy said, I met him at the Turkish airport. And at Istanbul, I met the guy. So I told you, are you going to see? Say yes. So let's do together. How about your agent? They said you are communicating with his agent. I said, okay, cool. Maybe I'll join to meet with the agent. Lo and behold, when we got inside the country, around 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning, when the cab came to keep us from the airport, they called directly KK. When I got to the house, The man asked, what about my agent? Sir, I acknowledge my agent anymore, this and that. He said, oh no, he cannot stay here. I can only have entertained my own. When I asked the player, how far about this, man, he said they have collected about $1,000 or so from me from Nigeria before come. And on getting there, the agent was telling me that he has to pay $700 before and take him inside the apartment. And when we later bet the agent to see who passing now, they accused the money. By the time we entered into the apartment, you know that I saw more than 30 players in that apartment. And that 30 players, the house, 2-bedroom apartment was locked up, no space. The fence was very high, like can't know what's
Going on inside, you can't.
outside. You can't know what is going on outside. Apart from that, the man monitors they are going out and they are coming in. And now look at what the man does. This man, where those players are inside, on around 5 a.m., this man woke us up place now that they are going for withdrawal. When he go for withdrawal with them, they bring them back, he will go and buy food for them and give them. They only eat many once in a day. And these people, they are family from Africa, not only Nigeria, so Ghana, Congolese, Zimbabwe,
Mixture of African players.
South African player. And these people, they only give them maybe sometimes 14 days visas. Highest visa that you can get is 1 month. 1 month, sir. And after locking them up there, you will take them to some pitches, will go and negotiate with some. So after playing matches with them, you take the picture with a white okune and say to the family,
Making them believe that the players are comfortable.
that they are playing the white man. Meanwhile, this is all scar. Now, this person collects $1,000 from each player. Imagine $1,000 times 30 players.
That's approximately $30,000.
And you still collect money for feeding. Yes, these guys both feed well. Then when your visa is about to expire, maybe 2 or 3 days before your visa expire, you will call your family and say, you're supposed to do a permit or something, but you have to go back to your country and you will come back again, look at the picture, the club want to sign your boy, this and that. After snapping with those white men and those white players, making them believe that the son is playing football, you send it back to those fans. Then you now, your family will now book your return ticket. They will send you back to Africa. By the time I send you back to Africa,
That's goodbye.
that's this. We'll bring in another set of player. Are you get what I'm saying now? Now, these guys now, back home, it is when you come back. People who have sponsored, who have spent money, they will be so devastated. Are you getting me? The following they begin pick up for. So there are many Yahoo in different ways. Not only those who scam people, these are Yahoo guys in this football industry that has really affected many young players. In this community that there are many rich men that you go to meet them today now that I want to travel, I need to help. It will not help you. Why? Because they have sensed they are dealing so many players more than it is not the fault of this level because they are falling into the wrong and some agents.
Those hiding agents.
Now, some call in a different way. This is another pattern of fake agents. They bring, sometimes they negotiate some white men. Some of these
Some mediocre white men.
these white men, some of them, when synagogue was really, or some of them are people that come for deliverance in synagogue. There are people that even have this idea or that want to come out themselves. They will, but this, some of them, I'm telling you the fact, some of these white men,
I've experienced that.
so these white men are even people that, they will just want to come and turn Nigeria.
And I didn't made their countries.
Nigeria, they will just disguise as an agent. Now we discuss with them, you buy their flight, you pay for their invitation, you get them visa, get them to creating hotels here, you bring them to this country. Now you will now negotiate with other plus side that you are bringing an agent from overseas. This plus side will believe you. You can even charge the 500,000 on the
participate.
to participate in that scouting. They will call it scouting for everybody in Lagos. We're running elter scatter that they want to go for scouting program. By the time they come for those white men, they will be laughing. In the night, they arrange 5 ashewo for them or 10 ashewo for them to sleep with those ladies. In the morning, they take them to different locations in Lagos. They come to enjoy themselves. After killing yourself on the pitch, running up and down. Some even take tramadol, take anything to come and play and impress white man that can certain that's all in Nigeria here. At the end of the day, after selecting take you to the writing your name, you go see for them to send you SMS. 5 years, you have not seen message. The first thing can bring them self. You by the time you ask you, tell you, don't worry, we are working on some. Even at the end of the day, sometimes they can even tell you to bring money. After selecting you, they will ask you that you have been selected to pay again for the visa. So what was the essence of playing in front of the white man? Are you getting my point now? This thing have been afraid that the government and the big names in this football industry needs to look into this thing. Otherwise, this is killing a lot of young players today. There's no young player on the street officially beg off Abidjan that have not fallen into the answers. Saying no of this player that are overseas that you see sometimes. Most of them, even sometimes they can get you visa. Let's be honest, you can contact some of again, they get you visa. But how about the contact they promise you? I now can tell you, I know Beliba, I know Akwa United. For example, I can say, okay, come into the country. You will go and phone invitation letter for saying, but I can get Nigerian visa to come in. By the time I get you that visa, you come. Meanwhile, I don't even know where Enyimba is located in Nigeria. By the time I brief him with an academy name or maybe with one fake invitation, but when he come into the country, that is when I will begin to contact people, say, Isa be God, go and I want him to come and sign. And we will now begin to see that all the things that you told me are all lies. Are you getting my point now? So most of these things have been the challenges that we players, that most players today are be facing. Are you getting me? Now, in the process of this thing, by the time you now contact anybody or all of those people and say, okay, do you know if the social player is coming? They will tell you, you're not aware. You're not aware. Meanwhile, you're a team player, but already your moral has been demoralized. So the family, the prayers, everything you have done, prayer is working. Every effort you have taken, but there is no opportunity because why? You have fallen into the wrong hands. So now, sometimes I don't even know why sometimes an agent will come with an offer and tell you, okay, I have an offer for you. Okay, you have to pay more. If fully you negotiate the club, if fully you have the league contact director, to get visa is not expensive with a club between that disciple. Let us be honest with ourselves. To get visa is not expensive. The club can just write any invitation, just submit to, as long as it is legit. It's not, you understand me? The club can just write invitation to the immigration and say, oh, this player is coming in this and that. They will grant you this ice cream. For this agent, he collect. For sometimes the club you offer to do this, a few of that, this agent will tell you to pay money, pocket that money, but they are not after the future. They are not after your interest. They just after the pocket, the money they want to be.
Okay, Chima, thank you so very much for your insights. You've really educated us prior to your experience as a player. I mean, going forward, coach, agents, we all believe that problems have solutions, for sure. And when you're trying to tackle problems, we're also trying to provide solutions to it. So I'm going to ask, going down your profile, you are the global coordinator of African Coaches League. Okay, I would like to ask, is there a way that the African Coaches League can help provide solution to this? I call it a virus that is really eating deep into African football, not just Nigerian football alone.
Yes, thank you very much for the question, which is very entertaining. My colleague, you shed more light on the subject matter. Yes, so the African Coaches League, you are correctly processing a partnership with the African Area Sports Council, Region 2, that purpose West Africa. There are occasions to cover all the whole regions across Africa to see how we can start this place. Before now, we approach the NSS or their here support areas. We have what we call it here, the NFF intermediary is where all the approved and legalized, codified intermediaries in the Nigerian space. So they as a club get to approach. But even on the website is we see all the names of all the intermediaries. So with this, it will help in a way. When you are approached by such people, you just have to go to the website. If you are not captured, you can approach MFF or your state of A. Okay? All the academies, this is not all the states in Nigeria, I think they all have to store football associations. And most clubs are advised you to affiliate all these associations. Even as a coach, advised to affiliate with the coaching association of your own state. Because when you are approached by such agents, to make them know that they must pass, they must pass through all these processes. And we place it before they flee. Because by the time they finish with the state FA, which will cast their ill practices will be exposed. So we at the African Coaches League, we are collaborating with the state FAs, with the national FAs, with the regional bonds to see that we help to sensitize academies even at the lowest level. Because I must tell you, we have more than 1,000 academies only in Lagos State. Registered, registered. So you see that all of them must cooperate with the state cafe. And the Lagos State has a very good network, just like all the networks in Nigeria. They have to open their arms to receive academies, to work with them. So they can get that protection. They can get that information. Because when you don't have information, you are vulnerable. Agents manipulate you and take up because you don't know what is happening. So I tell people, as the coordinator of the African Coaches League, I advise all the coaches, all the academies with us to make sure you identify with the FAs, even at some extent the national FAs, because by right, every player that needs your academy for international assignments must inform the state FA, must inform the NFF. Even at some point, FIFA will be informed as well, because it's a progression. And so you are informing the appropriate support, the saddle with the responsibility of making sure everything is in order. Because what are we trying to avoid here? We're trying to avoid, you see the economic situation of Africa. We're trying to avoid wasting money. Like a brilliant point my brother raised, yeah. Most of all these sponsors get discouraged. But when they see the story at the end of the day that it is the deficits, nobody wants to put our money. Not that the process is not a reality. Football is a reality. But the people involved are sharks. And when you are swimming in an ocean where you have sharks, you must be what? Careful. We must be for this. What we're doing now is brilliant. The world is watching. With this, it's also a way of sensitizing coaches, sensitizing academies, sensitizing all the stakeholders in the space to this. And to answer your question in conclusion, the African Coaches League will try and project these podcasts on our various social media platforms on our website so that people can have access and get informed.
Thank you very much, sir. So, today's topic is actually 2-in-1.
Yes.
We are tackling the issue of fake agents, how it is killing dreams of young talent. And that issue we want to tackle again is poor coaching skills.
Yes.
As a coordinator of the African Coaches League,
Yes.
how can you help improve in terms of the skill acquisition of coaches? How they can help impact? Because it is one thing to find a football talent, raw football talent. It is something different entirely to nurture, coach that player because football has a phase, has a level. So you must unlock every level. If you skip level 1 to level 4, by the time you fall back, you won't know the value of 2 and 3. So how can you help coaches sensitize them in terms of giving them the right education training, making them that skillful to identify young talent and nurture them to where they are supposed to be?
Thank you very much. Before I answer you, I must give kudos to all the African coaches. Okay? One must give kudos to them because one thing that drives them is a passion. They are very passionate. You see, in a situation where they have little or no resources to work with, but they are still working. And most of them are family men. They put their family aside and they move forward on what they are. You also have to give them credit for that. So the African Coaches League, that's the reason the African Coaches League was formed, to help change the narrative. Because I tell people, Africans have the best coaches in the world. We have raised a lot of world-class players. And no, it is or no, with the success, if you visit all these their training programs, you see that they still use the old pattern. Yeah. They come on the pitch, jogging 30 minutes, stretching, loosening, and then they play to our side. And the coach makes little correction. Oh, don't do like this, do like this. No formation. No tactical pattern. The methodology of the game, is missing. But they are still working. So what are we trying to do in the African Coaches League? We're trying to help make that amendment. This is how you do it. We have raised partnership with a lot of global sporting organizations, not only football, because the African Coaches League is also for football, it's for coaches. Sport is a general thing. It brings everybody together. Now we engage all these people, telling them that, see, how about brothers in Africa? The pay is little. And even when they are paid, it doesn't come as at when due. That's why we'll be here, our 2 months salary, 3 months salary, 4 months salary. It is not even the fault of the top management because they themselves don't have, because you can't give what you don't. And the player transfer, they're supposed to be bringing money to the academy because that won't happen. So what did we do? We reached out to Solonian and they really responded because Africa is not global, because they know that there's something we have, the Almighty will stay in Africa, that will not allow anybody to turn their back at us. One of them is Coach Ray Power. He's a UK UEFA Pro licensed coach. He's a very good friend of the African Coaches. People will design the African Coaches League in a way that it is for coaches of Africa and structure and for friends of Africa, because Africans will have friends and friends all over the world. So he came up with the Coaches Development Program. We are currently on the 12th edition. We started with the first edition. He gave scholarship always. He gives scholarship to 30 African coaches in every edition. And he reached out to me and said, as the coordinator, get me 30 coaches from Africa, from the Caribbean, and other parts of the world. So what did I do? I did open calls for coaches who are passionate to learn. I mean, I and my team, we did our feasibility studies, due diligence, and kick out the passionate ones who are with it. And it's online because they cannot travel with all the expenses to their visas, to get tickets, flight tickets, hotels, and everything. So we said to let us do it virtually so that they can engage. So we'll be doing that with the coaches are prospering. Another one is the International Professional Scouting Organization, IPSO, is a global brand. We are currently planning with them now. Very soon, we're going to do a program in Ghana. What is the program all about? It's about scouting. It's about analytics. As a coach, how do you make analysis on the field of play? How do you spot discipline? How do you spot seriousness? How do you spot commitment? Talent is secondary. These are the things that program is all about. So what am I trying to say in effect? We get friends of Africa, brands, top brands all over the world to come to Africa, pay them our story and say, please help us. And they always come to our aid because in so do we did this for networking, international engagement, interaction. And sometimes they say, oh, I want you guys to show us the African way of coaching. The same way that you coach the likes of Jadwe, the likes of Samuel Eto'o, the likes of Kanu Wangbo, the likes of Segun Debani, you understand me? The likes of Felix Owolabi, you understand me? The likes of Kalisha Boyla, the likes of Matt Fish. Show us that way. Let us learn from you, and you will also learn from us. So we've been doing that over the years. I must say, mostly virtually, because we are creating in the space. We're not up to 5, we are not up to 6 years, Okay. So with this, and while we are doing this, other organizations who are doing what we're doing or something similar to what we're doing are also learning from us to help because the ecosystem is so large. You cannot do it on the ground. It's still about more than 700 million people. So they see what we're doing and there's a room for replication for them to expand what we are doing. And we've been achieving success in recent times.
Thank you very much for a very, very brilliant response. And I really appreciate you, sir. Whatever you're doing to improve football as an organization, I'm very, very sure. The kind of person you are, the way you've sounded, and the well mapped out plans you have, at least going to come to pass. And so, Mr. Chima, what's your final message to footballers? Because I listened to you talk and I could tell for sure you sounded very, very pained. It was obvious your experience wasn't a good one. And I know a lot of players that have gone through that same route. And today they're no longer into this game. So what's your final message to the young footballers out there?
There are some certain things I would like to chip in about the coaching
Okay.
class. I agree with you
Totally 100%, but everything is said. But I would like to plead to that
these guys and assistant that you could help us in that organization somehow because just like when we talk about Nigerian police, Nigerian police are not really bad like that, but because of some certain people
It's making the whole police system poor.
that tarnish the Nigerian team, we all assume. But if you go to police station, the police officers will know that there are many policemen who are really that genuine,
That wouldn't work.
that are really working and they are not biased their work. And because sometimes you want to talk about Nigerian apartheid, but there are many Nigerians who they taught thousands of dollars outside the country. There are many Nigerians who have represented Nigeria very, very well that cannot be. My point now is that you see these coaches in the community, these two cat coaches, they and those agents are like 5
and 6.
I've been very interested. They and those agents are like 5 and 6. Those bad coaches, most of these men, they tend to pity them. That is report. I feel like maybe sometimes the economy of the country have also affected them in one way or the other. They say this coach, when you are training young lads who you believe that these are the future of tomorrow. In essence, in football, you don't make money again you start.
Yeah.
In football, you don't make money the day you set up an academy. In football, you don't make money the day you sell a player. You don't even expect to make 500. Even sometimes you might not even get a dime from the first sale. Why? Because you are thinking of the
Future ahead.
But I will tell you for Peter, most of these people, they think about now.
Yes.
They think about now.
They're more concerned about what you want to get now.
Players, I've met with some senior players, that are bigger than me. Some certain, I've seen some kind of challenges they are facing with their primary foot. That people we see online that this coach, the coach will call them out that you don't want to help me. You are forgetting your code. But I'm telling you for free. Yes, if you dig down,
There was something that happened.
something that
The man is not.
now might not have the same mindset. Yeah, somebody can offend me now, I might easily forgive this person. But he might do the same thing.
On that person.
So might forgive you, but you will not want to do anything with that person. Okay. That does not mean that what that person have done to you is right. Now, when you see a coach in the local area that his coach does not have any coaches, education have also affected most of
Most of the coaches.
Now, There are a lot of platforms when you go to NIS, they are pushing courses now, and this kind of platform is saying that people are beginning to get wiser. Some coaches are getting wiser, are getting more educated about how to handle some certain with the situation. But imagine before most of this platform came in, some coaches, just like you said, they just come to teach, just they go last 1 hour, they just throw the ball. Now those coaches now, you feel that they don't have the equipment, but I'm telling you for free that if you are in overseas or you are not around, if you give that push 100,000, go and buy equipment. You will not buy that equipment without some good stuff. I am telling you the fact. You will not buy that equipment. You will prefer in the night to go to a bar and spend that 100,000 with his friend and drink and come back the next morning and sit that's there. Continuing with that set, and when you come there, you believe that this man or the team is suffering. A lot of sponsors, let me tell you, as you are sitting here now, if you see something that, if you see an honest man that is doing something, honestly, you would like to invest in it. So you would like to, your spirit, you would like to invest in that process. So now my plea is that most of these coaches, if there's a way we can be monitoring them, or you can be help us to monitor most, or create a platform that, go around some of this locality, find out some statistics, or create a platform where people can be giving reports, or maybe some association around the community that, they can be giving feedback, where people go to some pitch and watch their training and then see, they can take a picture and then send it to that platform there. Call the name of the coaches, all of those things, so that some higher authority can be coming around to educate them more on how to, because some of these boys, some of these coaches, when you are playing in the team, if you have a 25-man player and a man brings his player to that team and that boy cannot even kick a ball, and you see, before God and man, that man, because the father is giving that coach something, he will every match or every
Make sure he plays. He's normal first person.
well, this boy has no
Future in football.
you will prefer to play that boy, because why? The father will call him, send him 5,000, 10,000, put my boy, even when the boy misbehave in such some senior players misbehave with the team, then what kind of training are you giving to that boy? I've seen a player that traveled to Tottenham Hotspur under 20. When he went there, after doing the training, he usually sit on a particular seat when they come to the training ground. One day, he was still on trial. He came out for training that morning. When he came out for training that morning, the white boy was sitting on that seat. This boy had to tell the white guy to stand up from that seat. The boy was there, this training, we are about to start for the next 10-15. Can't you sit anywhere before the training start? The boy said, no, this year I used to sit. Did you carry seat from Nigeria to that place? All these things all started from locals, which most of those kids, they encourage you because they believe maybe you are living with them, or maybe you give them something, you come around. So most of these people, a lot of reforms need to be done. I'm not saying they are not good one, but a lot of these people have damaged a lot of things in the youth of this country, in this Africa. A lot of things have been done wrong. That is why you see most time these coaches collect money from a player's family, send this player to an agent, knowing whether this agent, with that agent, knowing that there's nothing good that can come out of this journey. Meanwhile, when the player travel, the player will ask so good. I know of a Emenike story. Just give me 2 minutes to explain this status. This Emenike, I'm telling you now, when I traveled to South Africa, I met Coach Sakala. He's a Zambian coach. He told me about Emenike. So he said it was one that assisted Emenike one way or the other. He showed me where Emenike was sleeping. Where Emenike was sleeping at the park. He showed me where that guy was. But it was a coach that collected money for visa and sent that guy, that man, to South Africa to go and play before he signed up Malaga Black Pieces in South Africa. When I was hearing the man's story, I almost cried. I said, now, this Emenike has made it. He's a successful man today now. But there are many people that can call this man out and say, you don't remember this person, you don't remember the book. If this guy tell you, there are stories that you have not even come out to say. If he tells you about his story in overseas before he could even get the claim, might not even be the contact from Nigeria, but because you are in Nigeria, you know the person that sent him out, or you know about 1 or 2 persons, you would think maybe when they go there, everything was just fine. You won't know that when they go, they were even sorting at the coaches or the agent that got them that, but because they could not come back because of shame, they work to find a way and look for another connection to get something. After getting that, you expect that person to come back and begin to share money to the same man that sent him to. What if he did not succeed in that court? Will those people come out and call him out? So my advice for young players is that, first of all, if you start playing at a young age, it's good to look around. At DB, we have a lot of teams in Lagos like that play professional, because these are one of the things that those white countries are able. In every state, like just the Lagos state now, you can come maybe 1 or 2 local teams. But in overseas, in a city like this, you can have like 4 or 5 professional teams playing in Premier League, playing in 2nd division, in 3rd division. So if you are starting, once you play academy or you play grassroots football 1 year, 2 years, the next thing, maybe you have a coach or a friend or one of the management that signed for one of those 4th division or before you know it, they are take it on there. You start your professional career from there. Are you getting me? So it make life more easier. So first of all, if the government helps us, you understand, to create more things in the country, and then try to sponsor most of those things so that those boys can even have some coming. See, some of these things they don't even get paid. When you go there, it's actually you are suffering. Are you getting me? Now, my advice for most of these boys that are coming up, all these creative kids, that as they are playing, first of all, education is very, very key, very, very important. Nobody should neglect education because of football. It's not worth it at all. Try to go to school, no matter how the country has spoiled, no matter whatever story you go, but anything you add to yourself,
It's a plus for you.
come with a plus for you. You can make use of it tomorrow. Then if you know you can learn any skill or anything in the country, it's good for you. If your parent or you have opportunity to learn it, if it's Babi Salute, if you one or two things as you are going on, while you are going for the training, you're learning your those times you are still very, very small. You know, you can see, you are still hearing so
They're still very active here. You can use that opportunity.
even after school, you can go and sit down in that shop and be learning it. Because as you are doing, to be honest, if you have 1,000 players in your company, not all you 1,000.
To make it here.
Even 500 might not go be able to get to top level. Are you getting me? So yeah, because now football has spoiled so many people's life. I won't like they make people focus on football, try to achieve something. You know, because of back, because of so many things surrounding them, you know, a lot of things affected them. So my advice is, as you are growing up, you have to be having plan B. One. Secondly, as you are growing up, you know, traveling abroad is good, but if you know you don't have in good contact,
Don't force it.
don't force it at all. Because if you force it, you might end up going there and get frustrated. And anybody who invest on you at the first time might
not want to get.
maybe just try. It's possible best to say, okay, I love you, I love the way you play, and you bring one point. I'll let you not think like I don't want to help you. Then the person try to assist you with his money.
Might be the first and the last time.
First and the last, you know. So, because even the person have family problem, he has family issue. And so if he can invest in you like that, definitely you have to make sure you get it right. Are you getting me? So anything you are doing as a young player, first of all, become, if you see Nigerian league, start off from there. If you see any Nigerian league at all, if you have the opportunity, don't say, I don't want to play Nigerian league, I want to tell. No. Anyways, even if it is Kenya, Benin Boy League, as far as they pay you and you are playing professionally, you can have some videos, and then you can, from there to build yourself, to know that you have left home, you are playing football. Now, because if you are still at home, you are not playing football.
Yeah.
But if you are outside anywhere at all from home, that you cannot, your parents, you can even call yourself and find, don't send me money, take 5,000 and take care of yourself. Actually, even if you are earning little, you know that you are perfect playing football. So any opportunity you see that can help your life, don't ignore it, even while you are chasing your phone.
Okay, Chima, thank you very much for the insights, for your advice. Okay, so viewers watching, I believe we've learned one or two things. We've gotten some informations, you know, from Coach Ezirin. You can follow their platform, the African Coaches League, so that you can learn from what they are doing. Understand, you train yourself. But the players out there, you've gotten some insights from Chima here. Some things that we've learned, you learn trades, you get informations, you look for the local league teams that you can join. And so Coach Chima Ezirin, he made mention of setting up some platform to watch the local coaches. I think it will give them the insight, sensitize them that something is happening. So if you let them do what they're not supposed to do, when they see people coming to look at their training, take pictures, sending it to platforms, you know, things like that, it will give them that sense that whatever they do wrong here, it will be seen out there.
Wonderfully well. In fact, the coach some key areas that I want to add more light to. First of all is, you know, the impatience in the lives of coaches and players. I tell people, the day you plant a seed is not the day it grows. Do not grow that seed. That's just, it takes patience. There's perseverance for it too. That's one thing. Another thing I tell coaches and players is, especially coaches, you don't take pride. We don't rob Pika to pay Paul. We don't fit pride, because that player you are doing the thing is against, tomorrow we turn against you. Some will forgive, some will not forgive. So to be on the safe side, just make sure that this is a team. Football now in this contest is a team sport. We must work as a team at all hands. And we encourage coaches, even players. Even when you are doing your as a footballer, you train as a team, as groups, and individually. Make sure you capture your training program. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have other social media platforms. Upload your videos, your trainings, even at the gym, at the swimming pool. Upload them. Let the world see what you are doing. Use strategic hashtags, engaging hashtags. so that people could see.
Share your craft.
He says this. There's a boy I took Ifeanyi over in 2016. I saw this boy on Instagram where he was, in fact, he tied the rope on a tire, like around his waist. He was running around Festa. It's on the sandy turf. I was quite impressed. I sent him a message. Who is your coach? Where do you train? He gave me the name of the coach, the name of his team. I said, I'll be there hot this day to speak with your voice. That's another thing. Most people, they do things behind the coaches of this play. When you approach the coach will not take you to his guardian or local manager. You know, most players, they have the, I'm a manager to this, I'm a manager to this. With the coach, you get to know all the people around that player. You tell them, set the plan. This is what I want to do. You know, and I took him to Ifeanyi, but lo and behold, his sign. You understand me? So things like that is important to projecting what you're being. Now, as a coach, you must not, there's this African adage, you won't feel because your skin is itching you that then you peel your skin. You just have to take it easy with. Yes, we know the economic situation of Nigeria. Nigeria will be fine someday. But it will not make us to go out of, because everything has a typical standard. As coaches, during our days at NIS, they gave us, there's a way they trained us. If you look at all the graduates of NIS, I can practically carry or broadly tell you that the coach of, the former coach of Inter Lagos, graduate of NIS, the current coach of Sporting Lagos, NIS, former coach of so many of them, the league side, the not professional side, the pro side, the amateur side, but there's this standard that we all experienced at NIS. So this will help us to work ethically as conventional coaches. And we are among the fortunate coaches that experienced the CAF program in 2018, another advanced coaching education that also shaped us to be good ambassadors as coaches. It was from those mediums that we got the idea of the African coaches, because we were trained by World Cup coaches. Adegoye Ngaka League in the Chief Malagoye League, the guy that took us to the World Cup in 2002. The likes of late Lalopo,
Kashima of Laloko.
you know, a lot of great minds who trained us at the CAF program. You know, so what am I trying to say? There's a way we were trained, and that's how we are trying to project that same way to other coaches. Because with the African Coaches League, we want to make sure that we have this pattern, this system, how we do things as African coaches. Another brilliant thing we're currently working on is the inclusion program. To have disabled coaches, female coaches, that inclusion program is key. If you look at other regions of the world, they have female coaches who are born there. So we are also trying to bring female coaches so that they can see, because let me tell you something, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And so you have to bring, and then as Africans, we believe so much that some things, in fact, most times, if women is absent in a situation, it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well. When you include a woman, see, things will begin to flow as usual, because it's a symbiotic pair. Everybody must come in. Yes, you also have to come together and make things happen, you know. So what am I trying to say? I believe the whole world is watching. Let us work with this mentality to make sure we bring everybody on board. And if you're a coach, you have ulterior motive against your team. Working with a fake agent to fleece, to scam, to defraud your players, we're also defrauding the team. Because everything in life has the repercussion. When you eat that money, highest 2 million, 3 million, it will finish it over a tip of an eye, and then you begin to look for another person to defraud. But why don't you just calm down, raise an athlete that will take your academy to the next level? Like Ofodile rightfully said, life is a process. When you get to a certain point, you unlock. Get to the next process, you unlock. It's a very strategic statement. You know, the likes of Kanji Sports Academy, the academy that produce Samuel Fields, because they produce Samuel Fields, Kanji Sports Academy is one of the top 10 academies in Africa, because they produce the likes of Samuel Fields. And you saw that he won it all, right? So what am I trying to say? As a coach, if you do it right with your academy, it can take you all over the world. So what am I trying to say today? Let us listen to this podcast, because we've said a lot of great things that will help us and help our players. I know one thing about sports. It's not just the player and the coach. The fans, you are involved. The crowd, the government, a lot of people are involved. And we look at the mental health. Do you know that the performance of the team can help make or mar the mental health of the people living in that particular city? You actually said, yes, for example, in London, we have like 4 things in London. participating in the Premier League. I can say Fulham, Chelsea. That's
Fulham, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham,
you know.
and the West Ham.
Yes, they have the second division. And so what about Real Say they have fans. When they are playing, a lot of people, I've seen so many situations where a match situation cured depression, cured mental stress, cured heartbreak, because it's a psychological thing, like our co-hosts rightfully said. So when we look at all this, we bring them together. It's like a funnel, bring them all together. We see that the result is good. It's something that will even help and add to the GDP on the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because the club will enjoy, the state FA will enjoy, the NFF will enjoy, the family of the player will enjoy, the community will enjoy, the country at large will enjoy. Let me use the players. Because we saw what he did in the recent times where he went back to his school.
Yes.
His local government is the area. They felt like this is a reality football, because I must tell you, a lot of people feel that this football we are watching on TV is film trick. Because most of the pictures, the characters, they say they don't know them in real life. Oh, you see that person in real life play football, say, wow, see Victor Osimhen, wow, see this is Victor Osimhen. No, it's a reality. So with that, a lot of people in that area will say, okay, let us sit up. Let us sit there. Let us change to a new leaf so that we can be like Victor Osimhen. Even if we don't get to that level he is to be, we can still be at the very, any $5,000 per week or per month, as the case may be. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Mr. Coach Ezerim, and thank you very much, Mr. Chima. Thank you for the great insight. Thank you for the messages. And this is a clarion call to our stakeholders, to the body involved in governing football. We are not trying to criticize the government, but this is a message that football is going through a lot in Nigeria, and fake agents are eating deep into the system. It is killing the dreams of young, talented footballers. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of another exciting edition of the Fine Football Podcast Show. For our viewers, where you might be watching us from within the country or outside the shores of Nigeria, please do ensure to follow us on our social media pages, and most especially our YouTube page. Do ensure to keep the notification button on. Until we meet again, it's goodbye from all of our TRF podcasts. God bless.